Alright, so this video is going to be to install the custom Bimini top on your Ford Bronco Crawler's Edge family cage. And we're going to start off by taking a look at some of the materials that we need for the install. This is Brady, he's going to be walking us through the install.
So, tools you're going to need are going to be some kind of center punch, doesn't matter what style, either hammer, spring. I like the push punches. You need a silver and a black Sharpie, a straight edge, tape measure, and a drill. Masking tape for making sure you don't scratch anything. And then, yeah, let's get started.
So step one, what Brady's going to do is come around here inside the Bronco. Obviously we've taken the precautions to protect everything inside. We're going to go inside of the Bronco to the back side of the roll cage here. And for step one is finding the center point between the two welds. Alright, so now that Brady's found the center point and drilled that hole, he's going to add the additional holes on each to the left and right hand side. I'm measuring those off at 6 inches, is that right?
6 inches.
So he'll mark that at 6, mark that at 12, same deal, center punch on each side, then drill. Alright, so now that all the holes are drilled, now it's time to place the rivets in with the snap. Zoom in on that so you can see it. A little tough to tell with the black on black. Then we'll just repeat all the way across the back of the bar. So in terms of next steps, now that those snaps are all installed across the rear bar, now Brady's taping both sides, left and right of the cage, rear of the cage, and towards the front. Once this is all taped, we'll then drape the Bimini top across the top of the family cage, snap it into the rear, and then we'll pull each side tight and mark it to drill more holes to rivet in the rest of the snaps. If your Bronco already has a Rampage soft top, you're not going to need to install the header that's already here across the top of the windshield. You can utilize your existing one. If you didn't already have that, you'll receive this with your Bimini top kit, and that'll need to be bolted into the top of the windshield frame. Alright, so this goes right into the windshield channel just by sliding right into that lip. Alright, so at this point we're going to stretch the top and get it onto the snaps. It can be a little tight and it can take 2 people sometimes to really get a lot of leverage on that to snap it down. That's by design to make sure this thing is as tight as possible. Alright, so now that the back is snapped in, I'm just going to show you what that looks like across the back. And this one did take multiple people to go ahead and leverage this around. These things are very tight the first thing you put them on. They get easier after that once they've been on the Bronco and have stretched out slightly in the wind from going down the road. So now Brady's going to go through the Bronco. He's going to zip the center section and then strap everything else down. So what Brady's doing right now is he's pulling it from the side and he's pushing up against the tape to get a little indentation in the tape to just kind of make sure his center line is still true, and that's where the snap needs to go. Then we'll go ahead and mark, punch, snap. Alright, so as you can see, now the top is completely installed. And everything is nice and tight. And the install is complete.